arrived migrants, especially since you've worked with people who've arrived, and even from your personal experience, and what would you have done differently with your own experience?
What I have from what I can advise newly arrival is go out there. Go and meet other people, because when you come home you just think like where you came from. For example, you came, let's say for example you are a teacher, but you say everyone tells you can't teach in this country, you cannot teach. Why can't you teach? So talk to people, ask questions. We are not taught to ask questions back home. Here nobody will ever think you're stupid by asking questions. Educate yourself. Go and start small. You can start courses at TEF. Education is the key to everything. It gives you that financial independence we are talking here. Every study, and don't push your children that they have to be doctors, have to be engineers, have to be scientists, because that's how we were brought up. Work with that child of yours to build their strength, and they do what is best for them. For example, you can see a child, he's very good with his hands. Why can't he go and do apprentice to do plumbing, or if it is the air conditioning? Those people, they come to your house, they charge you 500 an hour. Even when you're a doctor, can you get 500 an hour? So there's no bad job, but it's the way we were brought up that those are dirty jobs. Let us support our children, and especially we parents. I'm in Australia. When the children go out there, they're Australian. When they come back to my house here, it's a small Kenya. Let us stop that, and let us, I'm not saying you leave your healthy culture. Let us keep our healthy culture, but also embrace the culture we found here, the good one, not the bad one. And you can merge this one and that one, and it will be a beautiful thing to hear.
So in the finance books that we've been reading, there's a strong emphasis on budgeting and making sure you have a budget. So what are your thoughts on this, Rosemary?
Budgeting. You can never do anything without budgeting. Whether you are earning $100, you're earning $100,000 without a budget. It is like kicking a ball. If you kick a ball without a goal, where will you be kicking that ball to? Exactly. The budget is the same. So that budget is your goal. If you, for example, use, and I'm talking me being for many years living as a single parent, I don't have somewhere where I'm thinking somebody else will bring some money. If I didn't budget, I couldn't even be having this home. I couldn't even be able to do the things I do. So for me, I can just say a bit what I do. Every week after Christmas, that first week of January, I know my rent is this, my mortgage is this amount. I know my water bill is this. I divide because my wage comes fortnightly. My money comes direct. I never touch it. So that if I remain with $50, that $20 I save, I only know I'll use the $30. Because what we do, and that I'm talking of migrants, not only Africans, you see you have 5,000 at the end of the month. Somebody says somebody's dying, another one is in hospital, you keep on sending money. After 3 months, the bill of the water comes and you are in shock. But if the money just goes direct debit, you have $50, so you send them $10. I'm not saying you don't help them, but don't just see your money there, but you have to make sure you save. You save $1, tomorrow it will be $2. And look for that and save for different things. Even if you want to go for a holiday, open an account for a holiday. You'll be selling there, and don't even have a card for that account. If you want to save for, let's say, to buy shares, open that account. Make sure you have a budget. Whatever remains, that one, what it does, if you remain with a $50 just myself, surely my food is $100. Then my fuel, so my bill is $200 for this. Where do I get $150? It makes you think, and by thinking, you can get an extra shift, or you don't have to work hard. You just think smart. Because people always think to get extra money, just go and use your thorax and work. You can do. There's so many things online nowadays. You can do. You can write a book like Christine. She wrote a book. Yes, we are not writers, all of us, but you can do shares. If you can't do shares, you can buy things and sell. You can even start selling things from your house that you don't need. And that $50, you sell something. By the end of the month, you have sold if let's say $200, and that one goes to the bill of $150, and you save the 50. So there's the good thing with today, you can do anything. The sky is the limit. Just think outside the box, not the way we just work home. Yes, look for something. Every time learn new things. Learn. Nowadays there are a lot of podcasts, there are a lot of empowering talks. I used to hear that in 10 years you can have 10 homes. I used to think these people are crazy. But I've told you how we can have 10 houses with no mortgage. Will you think about that?
Yes.
Are we going to look for 100 people?
Yes.
I'm number one. Who's number two? I'm number Yes. So let us one step. The Rome was not built in one day. It was step by step. And I'm telling you, I want that as the homework. When you live here, I want you to go and do. Yes.
That's been very interesting. You've shared quite a few different things from a financial perspective. So we're just getting some final thoughts from you. So what tips can you give migrant women on how they can advance themselves financially and be financially fit, financially healthy? We just love some, final tips. Yes.
The final tips I can give on how they can make themselves financially is educating yourself. Without education, when our Shirika group, 1 hour was for learning, 1 hour is the meeting. And I'm telling you, you know what we used to, we are doing. In the beginning of the year, we have all the talk. Everybody's asked, what do you want to know about money matters? What do you want to know? So we write all the topics, 12 of them. Even Rosemary, who doesn't know anything, they'll give a topic. And you know what I do? For me, I go, and you have to go and present. And you have to study it because they'll have questions. So for example, you want to learn about super. So I go and say, but for me, I will study and then I will go and get somebody qualified and I bring them and they present for me. So you can do but at the end of the day, I'm learning. Can you imagine 12 months, how I'll have learned? So there's also things you can learn in TEF, or there's so many, but make sure you educate yourself with money matters. And always do something. Do something, not only wages. If you can start your own business, a wage is like, it's a slave. It's good because that's where we start and you learn. But if you can start your own business, start your business when you're still working so that you have a backup. And not the businesses which your grandmothers and mothers did. Step up with the new businesses, ideas. You can even be setting up things and you be a consultant. You can be a speaker. You can be, there's so many things you can do. You can even start something in your own suburb, like every Saturday you want just to be dancing with the kids. Can you imagine if every kid is paying $5 and you have 50 kids? How much is that? 50 to 250. What can 250 a month is 1,000. If you save that 1,000 a month, 12,000. You have a quarter of your deposit of the house. And what have you started? Just dancing and doing different. You can even start for seniors, taking them for a tour. I know very good places I can take them, and everybody calls there, and everybody pays $10. Don't put even a lot of money, and people now will start looking for you, and you can find yourself even becoming your full-time job, because people want to do this, but they don't have anyone to do it for them. So what I does think outside the box, think how 5 years where you'll be with your money matters, have your goals, and start doing something. Don't just say, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, 10 years, and you still be there. And never say never, can never. I came to this country when I was 39 years, and I have everything I want. And don't fear taking risks, because many of our people fear taking risks. And this idea of, I'm not going to invest here because I'm going to go home. Yes, even if you invest, who tells you can't sell it? Who tells you? And when you buy today, tomorrow you'll sell it times 2 or times, you'll get half of it on top of what you paid. Because that's what I've seen with most of our communities. I don't want to, because I'm not going to stay here. And they're not saying they're not going to stay here. After that year, they're still here. So, Yeah, you have to stop
Procrastinating.
That's what many people are.
Yeah.
Just go and do it.
Yeah.
Yes, and planning. Budgeting, planning, know what you want, and you cannot do all these things if you are not happy. You have to put spice and roiko in all that to be celebrating. If you have to do something every day, do something nice. And when you meet groups, make sure come out with what, and you write it down. Have a diary. This weekend, what did I get? Today, what did I get? Yeah, you can even get a jar. To get 2 jars, one for good and one for bad. So that for this one for bad, you say, what did I do about it? And then every 3 months, call a few friends or even 2, even your family, and sit down and read them. And you'll see how you learn from that. Because every day you think, oh, today I haven't done something good. So you go home and help mom comb your mom's hair. That is a good thing you've done. Or you think, my mom just loved this. And maybe it's $5 thing. You go to the shop, or your brother or your sister or whatever. So we do something good, and at the end of the year, you can imagine. Like now, for me, this year, I'm decluttering. I'm a hoarder. I'm a professional hoarder. And it is a disease. But I'm starting to declutter. And before I had to work with my mind. I removed something here and I put it here. At the end of the day, there's a time I said, let me be carrying 2 handbags. Because one was very heavy. Then both of them became even heavier. But now, every day, I chuck 2 things. I have a bag of taking to Venice, and another one which is canned for throwing in the bin. So that way, in a year, if I remove 2 things, that is 700 things. You think it's something small, and the following day, if I haven't, I have to get 4. If you have to start that way, and sell them. If it's something you can sell, put it on Facebook. Now there are so many places you can even sell it $10. Don't think that $10 is something small. If you sell 10 things, that's $100, and that goes to savings. Yeah.
Wow, I've learned so much. I feel like every time I'm around Rosemary, there's so much wisdom that's being imparted, and I hope you guys feel the same. Like, there's so much I've taken from her conversation with us today, and it's always a pleasure to have you, and it's been a pleasure just spending this weekend with you. Like, I can tell you, Rosemary is a woman who wears many hats. She's a gardener, as you can see. She's her amazing garden, and she's just showing me all her different plants, and the things that she does with her plants every morning. She's healthy, and as you can see, she's got a lot of knowledge about finance. So before we close, I just want to pass it on to the rest of the girls, and just to ask each of you what you've learned today. Something, just really quickly, 1 or 2 things that you've learned today that you might want to share with the audience today. So I'll start with you, Martha.
Thank you so much, Rosemary. It's such an honor to be with you today, and thank you for joining us. And I liked what you said about thinking outside the box. As you say, we may have our normal job that pays the bills, but we can think outside the box. What do you have in your hands, and what other extra thing can you do to advance yourself financially? So ladies, let's challenge ourselves, let's think outside the box.
Well, thank you, ladies. Thank you, Rosemary. As Christine said, I always learn so much when I'm in your midst. 2 things that really stood out was, it's okay to ask questions, like educate yourself on money and ask, if there are opportunities, go ask, can I be a part of this opportunity? Another thing that stuck out the most is unity. She said if 100 women come together, put $10,000 each, then there we go, we buy a house debt free, without the mortgage. So coming together, sharing ideas, like that's the whole reason why we formed this group, so that we can share ideas, grow financially, and be able to help other migrant women as well share ideas and grow. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll just say what everyone else has said. Rosemary, this has been quite a learning experience this weekend, and even just having this conversation about finances. I think what hit me the most is being able to while you budget and while you're trying to reach certain goals, and you look at your account and you find, oh, I actually need this amount which I don't have because I'm just relying on my wages. What can I do to get that extra amount that I actually need? And so we all earn different amounts of money, and so the people who earn $200,000 and the people who earn 50 grand. And so it's a question of what else can you do to make a difference for yourself to reach certain goals. And so we sit on our hobbies, we sit on our talents. And listening to Rosemary, it just got me thinking, because Christine has authored a book, and I'm thinking, what can I do as well to sort of get that extra money to reach where I want to reach with whatever goals I've set. So that is something I'm going to be working on, and I bet most of you viewers are probably thinking about it right now. So thank you so much, Rosemary, for that. Yeah.
And I just want to echo before we close. Thank you so much. I know you're very busy, and the fact that you took time out of your busy schedule to just sit with us is a testament of who you are. You're a giving person, and we love you so much. And please remember to watch Rosemary's Way. It's I think it's showing all around the world at the moment. Yes. We got a glimpse of it yesterday, and let me tell you, it's amazing. It's like you'll just be so lifted, and I feel like in the world today we need lifting stories, like stories that will teach us that, you know, in Rosemary's words, to love each other, to be close to each other, and to support each other. So please, if you like this episode, please like or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, we're Girlwisecode, and thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.